Oh God.
Fantastic. Hi everyone, how are you all doing tonight?
Woo!
Thank you. Warm welcome. My name's Earl. I'm a comedian. I'm here to tell some little funny jokes for you all.
Woo!
So let's start off with the most pressing issue, my name, because I bet when you heard Earl Camden, you expected somebody completely different to come up. I don't understand why you would birth a baby and call it Earl in the first place. Like, oh, look at my baby, look at the little pictures, look at flaunting your baby around, you know, like, miss, does that baby pay a mortgage? Because that is not the name of the child, that is the name of a 45-year-old homeowner. Imagine having sex with me. Like I don't want to twist your arm, but like for the sake of the joke. Like, you know, what's your name, man?
Jordan.
Jordan. Jordan. Any other men want to give me their name? Greg. See, that sounds normal, right? That sounds normal. Doesn't have that same ring to it. Does not have that same ring to it. Speaking of ladies, any of you guys ever been to a nude beach? Ah, fuck, you guys are missing out. Here's a little story about my first time on a nude beach. I was with my family on a Caribbean cruise. Yes, I am that white. And my brother and I, my brother's hydrophobic, great choice in vacations, Mom. We were woken one morning in our cabin by our father, banging on our door and screaming, "Help! Help!" And you know, like, that's horrible. So we bolted out of our beds and opened the door. My dad's standing there with a shit-eating grin and some board shorts. And I'm like, this asshole. He's like, "You guys ready to see some titties? We're going to the nude beach." I was like, "Hell yeah, Dad." That should give you a general idea of what my father is like. And long story short, we get off the cruise ship, get on a rickety old bus, take it across the island we're on. We step out, and I run as fast as I can to the beach, expecting some, you know, nice cans. But I figured out that women do not go to nude beaches. And I was thrown right into an ocean of old man cocks. Like it's not, and it's bad in that situation, because it's not like the morbid curiosity of like looking at an old man's penis at a trough at an A's game. It's like, it takes you back, you know, like I was 10. Like, let me figure that shit out on my own. Don't throw me into the sea of, you know, suede hot dogs. The best part about it was I went there with my whole family, so, you know, we had my grandparents there. And the thing about my grandfather is he's an eccentric man, to say the least. He spent his entire adult life jumping out of planes in Vietnam. And as you can expect, the Agent Orange, you know, the pesticide that they used to ravage the jungles in Vietnam, I think that got to him, because my man was not all the way there. But so picture this: 5 foot tall, old man, big ass sun hat, board shorts, wife beater, scuttling around this beach like a fucking hermit crab with his iPad taking pictures of all these naked old men. My God, that was a fucking riot. The funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But it wasn't until, you know, probably 5 years later that Grandpa passed and we were introduced to his lover. Turns out Grandpa liked men. You know, it's alright. Just kidding, my grandfather did not like gays, but there are 300 cock pictures on our iCloud currently. That is not a joke. I haven't done stand-up in a bit. It's been probably 7 months. And I didn't do it in a while because I've been trying to get a job. That's nice, you know, I got a job in the meantime. I now work at a faceless corporate leviathan making coffee for people that I perceive to be much lower than me, but are probably just there in the morning to grab a cup of coffee on their way to their 9 to 5 job, making $90 an hour while I cry in the back room on my 10-minute breaks. Woo! Yeah, shout out that. Shout out retail. But you know, I've got aspirations. I've got goals. I really want to be a comedian. That's the end goal. That's the ideal for me. I really want to make money doing stand-up. That would be great. What a pipe dream that is. But I'm a good performer, I think. I've got a little energy. That's why I think I'd be good in porn. I think I'm gonna do porn. No, save your laughter for the end. I gotta joke this up. Because I think porn lacks a lot of good actors. You know, I'm aware that I have a 6-inch penis. I'm aware that I haven't run a mile since 9th grade. But I'm a good actor. So, I think that's greatly needed in the porn industry, because last time I watched Superstar Anal Whores 4, not impressed. The writing was stifled, characters didn't seem genuine. I didn't find myself encapsulated by the film. You know, 3 out of 10, I finished. Something that I've noticed coming to shows in the Bay Area is that pretty much all the clubs are in really shitty parts of town. Same as this one, this place is great. But it sucks walking a mile into the Tenderloin to have some drunk assholes yell at you for 5 minutes. And it's not like I'm too sketched out by anything like that, you know. When you live in the Bay Area, you essentially sign a contract that says, I'm liable to experience any number of weird fucking events at any given time. So I'm not too scared of like a passed out junkie or some guy walking like down the street looking at me from across the crosswalk. That doesn't really bother me. But look at my face, look at my whole body, like look at me. If you were to go into the library and check out a book on how to mug people, turn to chapter 8, Easy Targets, I'd be figure 1A. I can't come out of the club flexing my muscles, you know, like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's a big guy, because I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm more like Joe Rogan's little brother that doesn't work out and is still in the closet. But I kill it, you know. And nearing the end of my set. But for my last joke, I've got a bit of a test, a bit of a social experiment. In my time doing stand-up, I've noticed that men and women laugh at very different things. They have very different senses of humor, and I think that's just latent. But I want to do a little test, just sort of garner some information, like a little census. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to tell a joke, or tell the same joke twice, with very minor but important differences. So, if you could all... You ever notice how hard it is to take a poop while you're doing stand-up? Never mind. That one sucks. Okay, now this one's for the boys. You guys ever poopy in your pants? See, it's not that hard to make men laugh. Probably the only people that laughed at that were the guys. But that's why I think, and you know, I speak from a comedian's perspective, that's why female comedians don't get the respect they deserve. It's because it's really hard to make a woman laugh. Like, no man actually knows what women like, so it's really hard to do that. But, you know, I think we need to adapt. As male comedians, we need to adapt, and we need to progress, and we need to reach this new audience if we want to be considered respectable. Not that I really care, I do not get laid anyway. Thank you, that's my time.